What's really good, Facebook? What's really good at Facebook? Well, this thing is ready for, or will be ready for, its courts by tomorrow afternoon, guarantee that. You ever just have a case of the Mondays? Like, oof, dude. Every so often, like the rest of us, I will have life push my buttons. And if things are improperly stacked, then people run into shit and it doesn't feel good. I'm doing good, thank you for asking. Just working on my fucking scepter. There's a nice little cushion for the crystal to sit on once the glue's done drying. Now tomorrow I'm going to try to get a quartz crystal and some copper wire for it. Well, today I should say, because today's the 3rd. This is one sweet looking scepter, man. This thing's coming together real nicely. Well, Scott, if you're depressed, come over and hang out for a bit. Like later on. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Like, I can definitely hit you up tomorrow when I'm done gathering the supplies for the scepter, yes. And once I've got it put together and everything, you know. Oh, you know, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, Scott. You already know. Come on, bro. Don't even play like that. I'm sorry to hear that you're depressed, Scott, but like later on today, you know what I'm saying? I'll hit you up later on today in a couple hours, you know, and we'll hang out and bullshit. There's no need to be depressed. Right now I have an Arizona Mucha Mango. Yeah, shake it up. They also have the Arizona RX Energy. Those are pretty good. But I went with this one. This is my other favorite flavor. Boom. Vitamin C goodness right there. Now, I'm not going to say when I was working, but sometimes at work you're going to have the case of the Mondays. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? With me being autistic and naturally clumsy, I try to graciously execute my speech, my mannerisms. You know, I try to work as hard as I can, bust my Asperger's to make some money, you know. But the effort is definitely being appreciated because I'm not going to say when I'm working, but I am getting more hours at work, which is a good thing. Now, if you want to get more hours at work, you have to be consistently on time, polite, respectful, willing to work hard, and bust ass. You know what I'm saying? And even though sometimes I'm a klutz, I didn't lose my temper. You know what I'm saying? I might mumble to myself sometimes, but that's just what it is, you know. It doesn't matter how depressed I get. It's not worth making somebody else 10 times more depressed. You know what I'm saying? Facebook. Like, I don't care how depressed you are. Suicide's not the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, hashtag remember Chester. If you have at least one person that cares about you, doing something so selfish would make them 10 times more depressed than you'd feel, you know. It's not worth it, man. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but you gotta say, you know what, I'm not gonna let stupid shit get to me. People thought I was gonna do that earlier, and I was like, nah, dude, fuck that. I mean, most people would kill to have a little over 7,000 subscribers on YouTube, to be doing something with their life other than the usual, but second thing I'm going to say is sometimes being celibate is a good thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a religious sort of thing. You know, sometimes it's just a time for you to reflect and work on your personal character, you know, improve on things like a temper and more confidence and that sort of thing. And it could also be just the dating scene, you know. And when people use each other for sex and money, it paints a negative image for men and women alike, you know. Like, when you get women that just use men for money and men that just use women for sex, it's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And then when it causes drama and bullshit on the dating scene, that inadvertently affects everyone else. You may think to yourself, oh, I don't give a shit. I'm just getting pussy, fuck everybody else. And that kind of thinking will eventually get you back in the end. Trust and believe. I've seen it happen time and time again. Women get stuck with shitty relationship after shitty relationship and they just say fuck it and they go lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Because they're sick of men and their shit. But if they think that women aren't just as bad, if not worse, sometimes, and that really depends on the person. To be fair, that really depends on the person. To be fair, because there are some shitty people out there. Boy, howdy, this scepter was a stubborn pain in the ass burgers to make. The hole took 4 times to drill and make just perfect. And I cut my fingers drilling it on the second hole. Didn't get any blood on it, thankfully enough. But I think after that kind of bullshit, making a scepter, you kind of bond with it in a weird sense. But dude, this is one mean-looking scepter, man. I might get a lot of strange looks for carrying it around town, but if I'm carrying it from destination to destination, getting supplies to finish it, ain't no one gonna say shit. I mean, when people say, oh, you build scepters, yeah, you gotta have something to show as an example, I suppose. When I say I make the handheld wands, I had an example for that. That way I can demonstrate these 2 style of wands that I make for Etsy. You know, I'm not just sitting there saying I make it, blah, blah, blah. I like the way that handle turned out. That is beyond fucking sick. I'm going to get copper wire for it. I'm going to start the wrap down here and kind of layer it a bit so it kind of goes up. And then do a crisscross snake scale pattern, just like the handle, going all the way up. And then eventually it's going to wrap around the crystal at the top of it there. Okay, I gotta avoid touching the top of that because it's still drying. On the recent magical element installment, I added some more magical element to my scepter. Now my scepter has the perfect amount of magical element to it. People may be wondering what the fuck's in it, but a magician never reveals their secrets now, come on. Now the energy coming off this thing, you can just feel it. And it's not even crowned yet. I may end up wrapping the copper wire around it before I put the quartz crystal in there. Whoa, dude. Okay, I thought I saw someone in the background. That was my computer. Okay, never mind. Your guess is as good as mine, Thomas Welch. According to Kevin Williams, yes. Believe me, if I could help Scotty out with a place of his own, I would. But the predicament he's in, well, I'm not going to go into detail, but Scotty does get treated like shit. And not by me or any of his good friends, no. But that's all I'm going to say on that issue. And it ain't fair, dude. Like, it straight up just ain't fair. How would you feel if you paid for someone else's rent to support them and their family because they're your family, right? And then they treat you like shit. They don't do nothing to get a job. They sit on their ass and talk shit on everybody. And it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see how catty women can be to each other sometimes, and it's just like, ugh, dude. Drama. Get that shit away from me. Especially when the person talking shit has legitimately lost their kids for a couple months, and then the other person they're talking shit on hasn't lost their kid at all. I mean, that's. Ugh. I don't want to get into it. It would be, Thomas, but well, it looks like I have some magic to be casting. Because I got a couple homies right now. That be needing better things in their life. You know what I'm saying? So, may Scotty find a place of his own. So mote it be in the witch's circle. May homegirl Ellen find a job. So mote it be in the witch's circle. And I'll drink to that. Yeah, these Arizona mucho mangoes are pretty sweet, man. No, Zach. Araya, that's not true. That's just disgusting. Well, Sam, your best choice would be going to the library, checking out books on the occult, and just doing your research, man. I mean, this is something I do to relieve stress whenever, you know, make these wands and shit. And yeah, this thing's turning out nice. And right now, I don't even want to fuck up the handle on the vice clamp. So I've been holding it in my hand while it dries on stuff up here. There's times when I'll squeeze it on the vice clamp and color from other paint peels off onto other wands. And I'm like, man. Yeah, this thing's got some awesome power to it. I can feel it. Oof. As it dries on the inside. Yes. Yeah. Magic is merely like paint. Your paintbrush is your wand, and your canvas is your spell. What will you create? What will you cast into your reality and into your existence? You know what's funny too is when people see you with the chick, they automatically assume she's your girlfriend. You know, that's weird. Flattering, but weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being friend zoned. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it at all. As a matter of fact, it's quite refreshing, especially when you have nothing. Just nothing. Solid 7 months of nothing. And bitching about it ain't gonna do you any good. So all you can do is bite your fucking time. Here's the thing, Facebook. The cobras don't waste their venom in the wild, so why waste your time? You could sit there and, you know, that's the thing of it. You want to find someone to fuck. You know what I'm saying? That ain't that hard, especially if you're a chick. You want to find somebody to fuck, it ain't that hard, especially if you're a chick. There might be some chicks who are like, well, I'm heavy set. No, 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 don't want to hear it. Don't want to fucking hear it. Those are excuses. There are some dudes who might be like, whoa, I'm this and that. Or some chicks might be like, this and that, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. Those are excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could use my autism as an excuse as to why I struggle in the dating scene, but that's just too convenient. There's a multitude of factors playing into that. Some of it's out of my control. Some of it is. Sometimes you just dealt the shitty cards you're dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you want to improve your chances on the dating scene, getting things like a car. I'm not going to guarantee it would improve things on the dating scene, but it would make life a little bit easier as far as traveling in the winter. And there's several classic car dealerships here in town. So it can't be that fucking hard to find a cheap classic car. You know what I'm saying? That's drivable. Doesn't matter who I'm talking about. It's like, I don't want to jeopardize the friendship, and she's already with somebody, so whatever, you know? Sometimes in life, that's just what you gotta say. It's whatever, you know? So sometimes, even though it's a bit more lonely, it's also a lot more convenient to be single. You know what I'm saying? You're not tied down to some bullshit. Because it would really suck to be tied in a relationship that you're not happy with. And then you meet someone and it's much, much better. Or could be much better. You know, it is what it is. Like, I don't want to jeopardize the friendship over some stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And that decision is never easy to make, but playing it cool and not trying, I guarantee you, it's reverse psychology, man. You'd be sitting there going, oh, I'm so sick and tired of getting friend zoned. Dude, fuck that. That's the wrong attitude to have. You want to sit there and say, you're sick and tired of being friend zoned by chicks. That's the wrong fucking attitude to have in the first place. No, because here's the thing. You get yourself a bunch of chick friends that you go have drinks with at the bar or whatever. Again, fucking T, you roll up in that bitch with a bunch of chicks, and they look at you like, damn, homeboy be pimping up in this motherfucker. I'm just kidding, but no, I'm being serious at the same time. You think I'm joking, Facebook, I'm not. That's the fucking honest truth of it. And it's like I've said on many Facebook Lives beforehand. When other chicks seeing you talk to your female friends, they're automatically a lot more comfortable around you, and they haven't even met you. That's just a universal thing, man. I don't know why. It is what it is. Alright, so let's take a gander at my ashtray right quick. That's got tobacco in it. That's got tobacco in it. That's got tobacco in it. You might think, oh, picking out an ashtray, that's gross. Really, it's my own ashtray, so yeah. This shit's expensive. I'm not gonna waste it. Disposing of empty can. Oof. And then Arizona tea is only 99 cents, and it's a thirst quencher for 99 cents. You can't beat that. Okay. Now, don't be so quick to be trusting on the dating scene. That's how you get fucked over the quickest. It's the unfortunate reality of life, but people who are caring and genuinely good people will get fucked with the most. There are people who will take advantage of your kindness, and there are people who will see your act of kindness as a sign of weakness, and it's pathetic. There are people who will see your acts of kindness as signs of weaknesses, but that makes them the weak person, not you. You're trying to make life better for yourself and for others. What the fuck are they doing to contribute? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. And, well, if you live in a smaller town and you've heard several chicks say, slim pickings, it is what it is. You can't blame chicks for having standards because men have standards too. You know, that's just the thing of it. Facebook. Yeah. You're not going to always have a perfect 10 checking you out, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you got chicks that are being rude and stuck up to you, then ignore them. They're not worth your time. But if you got chicks checking you out, there you go. You see what I'm saying? But don't be afraid to have standards, man. Because it's your happiness and love. If such a thing exists, which I don't think it does. Everyone knows that love spelled backwards is evil. The O stands for obnoxious. Love is like a fart. You shouldn't force it. It stinks and it involves assholes. Oh. Indeed, indeed. Reading some of the chat here, yeah. This thing's almost done. Oh, very, very good. Nice and shiny. Very, very good. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've had some pretty cute chicks checking me out in the last couple of months. That I can appreciate. That being said, it feels like it's only a matter of time, and we've got nothing but time on our hands. It's learning to manage our time wisely. Not just our time, but our space. You gonna play the national anthem on the 4th of July? Well, if I can, yeah. The spellcaster or the warlock, one of the two. Yeah. Do an outside video showing the national anthem. That's not gonna happen because I don't have a phone. Well, I want to try to have my wands done by the 5th. So I'm gonna have to stay here in town and get them done. Of course, if I can crank out one more wand pretty quickly, it shouldn't take too long. The other one's almost done. It was quite surprising too because I can remember rolling up to the Eastridge Mall here in town, and these two cute chicks had walked by, and I had said something to the degree of damn, both of them at the same time. And that was obnoxious, yes, but they heard me. Instead of glaring at me, they looked at me and they smiled, and one of them got redder than a cherry, and I was like, well, how about that? It could be the way you carry yourself when you say it too. You feel what I'm saying, Facebook. You're not saying it like some sleazeball. You're saying it like it's a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's meant to be, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird because you could say the same thing, and the way you say it could have it completely taken out of context. No, I cannot. They're like, well, can you do the video from your window? And I'm like, outside, no, I cannot. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool looking, man. I'm digging this scepter. Strangest spell I've ever cast. I can't really say I have one of those. I really can't. That's because aren't all spells strange at first, especially if you've never cast them before. They can produce interesting results. Well, it could be a combination of the both, to be brutally honest. If you're casting spells, it can produce strong and or strange results. It depends on the spell, the context of the spell, that sort of thing. Yeah, don't ask me how the fuck that happened, to be honest. God damn it, Dante. That's shit. Dawn Picton says, best spell is gonna be when you helped that girl with the beauty pageant. That was my favorite. Aw. If you could have any power, what would it be? Good question, Parker Jackson. That is a good question. Of course, after she won that contest, I no longer felt guilty about crushing on her. But if you could have any power, what would it be? That is a good question. Because there's so many you could choose from: flight, speed, super strength, super stretchy, invisibility, being able to like shoot stuff from your hands, like, you know what I'm saying? But superpower to be the ability to have all 6 of those. That's yeah, I did that pretty sick. Because you know there'd be times coming handy when you could just be invisible. Yeah, you could fuck with people hard, dude. We're like, ooh, it's floating in midair. Ooh, sure, yeah, dude. Watch people just shit themselves at the side of, yeah, it'd be cool. I'll have to check at you on the next one, Facebook.